Ready? Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the December 1st meeting, wow, December, of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please join me in reciting the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm Barb Lewis, President. To my right is he is fellow Commissioner and Vice President, Jeff Benton. To my left, fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill, and our Administrator, Tracy Davies, and our Deputy Administrator and Counsel, Eric Hostetler, and our Clerk, Jennifer Walraven. We can begin.
Resolution number 22-1049, in the matter of approving electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held November 28th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-1049. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment today. That brings us to item number 3. Resolution number 22-1050, in the matter of approving purchase orders and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 1130 and memo transfers in batch number MT APR 1130.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-1050. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-1051, in the matter of approving travel expense request.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, and before we vote, I am going to abstain on this vote since it is an approval for me to go to our legislative conference in Washington, D.C.
Vote on motion 22-1051. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
And Mrs. Lewis is abstaining. Resolution number 22-1052, in the matter of approving a memorandum of agreement by and between REA and Associates Incorporated, Keith Faber, Auditor of State of Ohio, and Delaware County.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. George Kaisa, Delaware County Auditor. Commissioners, I'm here to request your approval for a memorandum of understanding with Ray and Associates. They have been selected to conduct our audits for the next 5 years. The selection was done through the State Auditor's Office, and we also had representatives on that selection committee. There were 2 proposals submitted. Ray and Associates was chosen as the independent public audit accounting firm to conduct the audit. And as part of the conditions that the state auditor has, when the audit exceeds 800 hours in terms of estimated time, then they require a subcontract for any hours above that. So there's also a subcontracting piece with Heron and Watson that, for I believe it's 170 hours. Yes, and all of that is contained within the estimate for 2023. That'll be conducting the audit. That'll be the audit of fiscal year 2022 to be conducted in 23. And so the total cost for that will be $107,800. That money is encumbered, and then once they start in 2023, they'll prepare a audit plan in terms of what testing they're going to do, and then give us a letter of arrangement, which will be which will actually authorize the contract with Ray. So I'm happy to answer any questions if there are any, and with that, I request your approval.
The fee that is quoted, is that fixed for the 5-year period? Is that the
it's-
total for the 5-year period, I guess?
Yes, the total for the 5-year period is $583,000. So, and it is a fixed fee, not to exceed amount.
Okay.
There is the potential that if something comes up that was unexpected, that they would have to submit a change order request.
Yeah. I guess this time I'd like to thank the state auditor's team that has worked on our audit for so many years, and sorry to see them go. They've done a nice job, but understand the staffing concerns and issues that the state auditor has to deal with, so.
Yes, that's exactly correct. The current Central Ohio audit team has two big audits in Franklin County, Coda, and I believe it's Columbus School District, and they just don't have the staffing to include us, but we've had an excellent relationship with that audit team and with the state auditor's office.
It's roughly the same cost,
Yes, it is.
so.
And it also covers this work they will also do the land bank and the finance authority.
Yes,
Now, there's
that's-
separate
that-
resolutions and activities, but
That's correct.
That is-
The state auditor pooled the land bank and the finance authority together with the county audit.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-1052. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-1053.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thank you.
In the matter of authorizing the use of a procurement cards for the Job and Family Services Department.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Jennifer Wattenshade, the Business Administrator with Job and Family Services. We are requesting additional procurement cards for our agency. We had one individual that took a position with another county this year, and another that will be retiring that were procurement card holders. We only have one protective services supervisor currently, so we're getting another one, or we're hoping we're getting another one. We don't have one for our Family and Children First Council, so this will give them one. And the other will be for our newest contract specialist that will be replacing the individual that's retiring here at the end of the year, so.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-1053. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Resolution number 22-1054, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriation for veteran services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Gallagher, Director of the Delaware County Veteran Service Office. This is just a transfer of appropriations to get us through to the end of the year as we deal with the, continued growth and everything that's occurring downstairs.
Comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 22-1054. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks, Brian.
Brian.
Resolution number 22-1055, in the matter of purchasing radios and related components for use in the countywide public safety communication system.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Patrick Brandt, 911 Director. What we have before you is to purchase 76 radios, which 64 of them are mobiles and there are 12 portables in there. These will be replacing some of the sheriff's cruisers and city cruisers. It's a budgeted process that we have for this year of getting our obsolete radios out of place and replacing them with the new updated equipment.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-1055. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thanks.
Thank
Res-
you.
Resolution number 22-1056, in the matter of approving GMP Amendment Number 3 to the agreement with Rumpke Waste Incorporated for DBFO services for Delaware County Transfer and Recycling Center project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. Eric McPeak, Deputy Director for the Regional Sewer District. This is the third GMP amendment for the Design, Build, Finance, Operate contract for the new transfer station. Construction is well underway. Hopefully through winter, we'll get that opened up in March, sometime in that time frame of '23. This is a result of the 100% design being finalized. The intent here is to stick to this number. Rumpke's intent is to make sure we, all within the next few months, concrete, the last few months, last year, and the next few months, concrete is a little bit of a question as to what's going to happen with the price of that. That's increased a lot. That's part of the reason for this. During the final design, some more things to the scale house needed to be added, some ADA access, things like that. And then there's also some allowances in here for, depending on winter weather, to get through and make sure we stick to the schedule. So that's a few $100,000 it adds up to, which may not get spent as part of this. So I think we're pretty comfortable with keeping this GMP as, it won't exceed this amount. Of course, we won't know the final GMP till the end of the project.
Sure, sounds good. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-1056. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-1057, in the matter of awarding a bid and approving a cash lease to Gary W. Steiner for the lease of Delaware County farmland located at 6579 Moore Road, Delaware, Ohio, 43015.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
This is for leasing of the 44 acres on the same parcel as, or parcels as Lower Scioto. It's, we ended up with two bids. This is for $220, which according to the Ohio OSU Extension survey, that's pretty average for farmland lease right now, so it'll be close to $10,000 a year. This is for up to, at 1 year re-up increments, up to 3 years for this contract.
What is the purpose again?
This is to lease out we have 44 acres of farmable land, and we've done this
okay.
for, I think it happened quite a while ago, but for the last 4 years, we've been doing this.
Okay.
As of recently. So it's to generate a little bit of revenue with the acreage we have.
Sure.
And it keeps up the fields also. We don't,
Right.
we actually end up saving on not having to, brush hog it every year,
Right.
so.
Yeah, you're kind of busy, you don't. you
Well,
get
yeah,
out
we do
and
have
farm,
other things
too.
going on.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Yeah, thank you, Eric. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-1057. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Next, we have our sanitary approval update to the board here.
All good?
You're good.
Okay, if you bear with me through this, I'll try and explain things the best that I can. Of course, I'm inside the fence, I deal with a lot more of the treatment plants, so. But, so as far as plan approvals go, we have Slate Ridge. This is for a future commercial tap here. We're not exactly sure what the future business is, but it's off the extension of Emily's Way, a little bit south of Home Road. Nelson's Farm North is the last section of Nelson Farms, and it's 37 plots. Liberty Grand, this is just the next phase of the MI, this is section 11, so it's MI build again. Hold on one second here, I think I zoomed in too much and I got rid of some stuff. Here we go, all right. So Berlin Farms West is 52 MI lots again. That's at the corner of Berlin Station and Pyatt. And the greenery are condos, 121 single-family units. This actually uses Hyatt's pump station that we just completed, so it's,
Yeah, that area has been cleaned up very nicely,
yeah.
been cleared out, and mixed use is going in there, so it's nice to see.
Yeah, I
moving
think, yeah,
forward.
yes, yeah, absolutely. This is Paycoff Companies. It's an agreement. There's a Paycoff owned a property here, and this is a sewer extension off of the sewer that just went into the development behind there to the north of that. And it basically dead ends into a manhole for future tie-in purposes. That was Orange Summit Communities. Is the Schottensteins build 182 apartments and a clubhouse on that one. This also uses Hyatt's pump station, or will use Hyatt's pump station. And the Eagle Creek Sewer Main Extension, that's a new project with 252 ERUs planned residential. And the Woodcrest Crossing is the next section of MI Homes, and this is in the Clark Shaw tributary area. And that's the list as I have it right now.
Any questions?
I have none.
Yeah,
Great. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
thanks, Eric.
All right, item number 12. Resolution number 22-1058, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriation for the treasurer's office.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. Rick Carr, Chief Investment Officer for the Treasurer's Office. Just a simple request, no budget increase, just in our general fund, moving some funds to shore up our health insurance for the end of the year.
Okay, vote please.
Vote on motion 22-1058, Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye,
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
thank you.
That brings us to administrator reports.
Good morning. Nothing today from me.
Please, Commissioner Merrill.
I'm going to keep it relatively short. First of all, I should have said so when Patrick's here, we have a board meeting today at 1 o'clock. And I just want to make a general comment about the budget process. We certainly haven't finalized anything yet, but gathered most of the information as of yesterday. And everyone that came and presented to us, appreciate the thoroughness of those presentations. And certainly helpful as our administrator and staff work to put something together for us to evaluate. And we have a great county with great people trying to do great things. So thank you. That's all I have.
Commissioner Benton.
Let's see. Again, thanks to everyone involved in the budget process as it nears an end. Again, it's always a challenge, but I think we're in good shape and have a path forward. But again, thanks to everyone. More State Executive Committee this afternoon. We got Commissioner Merrill and I are going to the ED 411 Economic Development Conference, I guess you'd call it, put on by MODE and One Columbus tomorrow morning. And that's it.
And we can announce this Monday too, but we have our annual meeting for the County Commissioners Association of Ohio starting next week. So, but we will be here Monday. And we have need of executive session.
We do. Resolution number 22-1059, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of purchase of property for public purposes, for pending or imminent litigation, and to consider confidential information related to economic development.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion vote.
Vote on motion 22-1059. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye, we're now recessed.